glory for all of us. That God is always giving us the abundant blessing. This is our group, Infinity Love, presenting the values of NSTP. We choose the love of God and humanity.
God puts love and compassion in your heart towards someone. He offers you an opportunity to make a difference in that person's life, and you must learn to follow that love. Don't ignore it, act on it, and somebody needs what you have.
Love of God and humanity. God's love, humanity, and generosity are symbolized by the heart. It is also seen as a source of wisdom, love, courage, dedications, and joy. Thank you.
Why is love of God and humanity embodied to your generation today? Love of God and humanity embodied to our generation today because they both shows that we care for the people that we truly value. Loving our God and being compassionate or showing humanity also inspires us to do the things that will not only make ourselves happy but sharing that happiness to everyone and to be able to make the one who created us to be proud.
If we are claiming that we love our God, but we don't love each other, our love is nothing and meaningless. So we must love our God as well as our neighbors.
Love of God and humanity. God shows His love for us by not only forgiving us of our sins, but by going even further and bringing us into His family. He has qualified us to share in the inheritance of the saints. His inheritance includes salvation, strength, hope, peace, comfort, providence, fellowship, and so much more. Humanity's unique role, God's unique role for humanity, also sets us apart from the rest of creation. God gave humanity a role in God's creation. We are the caretakers of God's world. God's place humanity slightly lower than God's self in the created world.
Love is the precious gift from God. Today, God gives men opportunity to show whether they love their neighbors. He who truly loves God and his fellow man is he who shows mercy to the destitute, the suffering, the wounded, those who are ready to die. God calls upon every man to take up this neglected work to seek to restore the moral image of the Creator in humanity. Love is the most important is understanding, unity, patience, love to each other. Because love is a goodness, long suffering, faithfulness, because God is command. God love your neighbors because love is God.
Of God embedded to our youth generation today. So this also makes love for humanity one of the most difficult kinds of love. It's easy to love those people whom you identify with, but it takes a special kind of courage to love people, no matter who they are or where they came from. Yes, I know it's difficult to trust, much less even love humanity with all the things going on in the world right now, but the wars, hunger and pandemic we are currently going through makes it all the more reason to spread love rather than hate. So according to John 15:12 to 13, make command in this love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friend.
Love of God, humanity. Humanity helping others at times when they need that helping others at times when they need that help the most. Forgetting our selfish interests at times when others need our help. Humanity extending unconditional love to each and every living being on earth.
The love of God and humanity is very essential in our generation today that must be prioritized or indeed to apply in ourselves, for it is God's commission to us as a Christian, as a youth, that leads us to be a better person, not only on ourselves but also for the others. For God's give us a footprints, an example to live according to His will by serving, helping other people to gain something that is high price and having a peaceful community.
Love of God and humanity is a combination of God will to help one another, give them a pour compassion of love.
Of God and humanity embodied to our youth generation today. It is a commandment to love God and love one another, so as youth of today, it must be in our act always. By doing this, it enables us to live our lives worthwhile and to help us to look for the positive around us. It makes us grateful and helpful person or youth. It motivates us to become a light to those who are in darkness, and also it gives us hope, knowing that God still loves us. Despite of our shortcomings, so we must share His love by loving our neighbors, doing His commandments.
Love of God and humanity is a full of sacrifice and the greatest of all, to express our true love, to help one another as a command of God.